So if you're like me, you've been searching for a way to make money while you sleep, while you're out, while you're in the gym. So by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to build a side hustle that makes money while you sleep, and you can start this as quickly as tomorrow. Now, for context, like I mentioned, I've tried almost every single side hustle. I've tried Forex, I've tried crypto, drop shipping, Amazon, SMMA, I mean, you name it, I've probably tried it. And I'm telling you, there's nothing easier than what I'm about to tell you. So the easiest thing you can do right now for passive income is start a digital product business. Look, I know. You've heard it 1,000 times before. You've probably seen 100 videos of people saying the exact same thing, but let me just explain really quick. I know that when I say digital products, the first thing in your mind is course. And then the second thing that comes to your mind is probably scam. And like, I get it, courses get a bad rep, digital products get kind of a bad rep, and it's understandably so. But mostly the reason for that and the reason why courses get such a bad rep is because like 90% of the guys that are selling an online course can't show you any other business where they made money other than the one where you are paying them. They cannot show you a screenshot that's not your own money. Now, me personally, I always pay for information. I buy courses, I buy masterminds, I buy all kinds of digital products. And now, once upon a time ago, I used to flip cars for profit. So pretty much when I was car flipping, I just took what I knew and I started posting it online. And to my surprise, people were actually interested. So obviously, as I started flipping cars, I learned a bunch of things like which ones sell, which ones don't, how to make sure you're not buying a messed up car, like all these things that I learned that I just couldn't keep posting video. So I decided to just package it all into a course and just see if anyone was interested. I didn't price it crazy high. I just thought, let me just put it out there and see if anyone's actually willing to buy this. Now, I was making around $1,000 to $2,000 every single time I sold a car for profit. That was my profit margin on every single car that I bought and sold. So in my head, I thought, hey, if I charge $100 to $200 to teach someone how to do this, I mean, if they just flip one single car, even if they do a horrible job and they only make 500 bucks, that's still like 5 times the money they're paying me to learn this skill. And if they actually understand how, like my minimum profit margin was $1,000. So if they actually learn how to flip cars the way I do, they would 10x their investment from just buying these simple video courses that I had. So long story short, I made a course and I priced it at $97. It started selling. I priced it at $200. It started selling. It started selling when I was in the gym. It started selling when I was driving. It started selling when I was out. And the best part about the whole thing was that every single time I made a sale, I knew that it was 100% profit. I had almost no investment into this. And in this video, I want to show you how you can do the exact same thing, even if you think you probably can't. Just give me the next 5 minutes to change your mind on why this is actually going to be the easiest thing you can do in 2025. So let's not waste any more time and let's get right into it. Step number 1 is pick a problem. Okay, so most people say pick a niche, blah, 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 whatever, narrow it down, do all these things. Honestly, in my opinion, like, did I get into YouTube and say, I'm going to teach people who are 18 to 25 years old how to flip cars, who have a blue shirt on, have 3 kids, don't have the time? Like, I did not think of any of this when I sold my first program. So why would I tell you to start drafting out your dream client, start doing all these things that the other YouTubers tell you? Like, I didn't do all that. I just taught exactly what I personally struggled with, and that was it. Like, for example, with flipping cars, there was not that many people talking about how to do the paperwork. The paperwork to me was the scariest part about flipping cars. Like, once I figured it out, I decided, let me make a video on how to do the paperwork when you're flipping cars. So guess what happened when I made that video on how to actually do the paperwork for flipping cars? That video got 40,000 views and it's led to hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of sales. Now, did I draft out the perfect person? No. I just made exactly the video that I would have needed when I was getting started. So what I'm telling you right now is don't pick a niche, pick a problem that you have or have solved. Now, most people trip up here because you think you need to have a super exaggerated result to go on YouTube because that's all the titles you see. Like, you might be thinking, oh, I can't teach someone how to lose weight because I don't have a 6-pack or veins popping out of my neck, or I didn't do this side hustle and I didn't make $1 million. That is so far from where you actually need to be. But dude, if you've lost like 5 pounds before, you have the right to teach someone and say, hey, I've tried every single diet and I just couldn't stick to any of them. And the first time I lost my first 5 pounds, this is what I did. That's 10 times more relatable than someone's like, how to get shredded and earn a 6-pack in 60 days. Like, some people can recognize real and recognize actual results. Like, Not everyone is falling for this super exaggerated result. A lot of people don't want to, like, they want the end result, but they understand that the next part is what they need. Like, I understand I want a six pack, but my first step is just how do I stick to something where I can finally lose my first 5 pounds? And that might be where you step in and be like, I did it. I tried all these diets, I tried all this cardio, and like I couldn't stick to anything. But this is the one thing I did that made me stick to it, and I finally lost like 5 pounds. And that's gonna be way more relatable to like certain people that are like, dude, that's exactly what I needed because now I can continue this and lose 10 pounds, 20 pounds. The same way in this video that I'm trying to make you understand, like, let me just show you how to make your first sale and then you can figure it out from there. Like, have I made $1 million selling digital products? Absolutely not. But have I done it before? Yes, I've done it multiple times before, and I can teach someone who's brand new just how to experience their first sale, just how to get started, make their first sale and be like, okay, this is legit. He wasn't BSing. This is actually real. So think of a problem that you've actually solved. And if you literally can't think of any problem that you've solved before, then what I want you to do is just write down every single problem that you currently have right now. And it doesn't need to be a massive problem. It can be something small. Like, for example, you could say, oh, I struggle to save $200 a month. You know, like I just can't save money with any of my paycheck. Or I struggle to wake up early. Every time that I get the chance to sleep in, I do, and I miss my whole morning. I just can't wake up early. Just simple problems like that, just write them all down. And then once you write them all down, what you're gonna do is just choose one that seems the easiest to solve and solve it. Like, actually commit to solving that problem. And then once you actually solve it, we can move on to step 2. And step 2 is to talk about it. You found a solution to that problem? Awesome. Let's actually talk to people about it and let's see who's interested. Where do you talk to people about it? Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. You know social media. You're on it every single day. Which one works best? They all work. Just choose one. It doesn't matter which one you choose, just choose one. And if you want my personal opinion, I mean, I'm on YouTube. YouTube is my personal opinion, the best one. If it wasn't, I wouldn't be on here. You would probably be seeing this video on Instagram or TikTok. I think YouTube's the best. Why? Because I get to talk to you for a long time. You get to watch me for a long time, which means you trust me a little more. You understand my story a little more. You know more about me, which means you trust me more to buy products from me. That's why I think you should start YouTube. I understand it's not for everyone. Not everyone can make long form videos like this, can edit it. It does take so much more work, but it's 10 times more worth it. I recommend YouTube, but they all work. People are making millions of dollars, thousands of dollars, hundreds of dollars off an Instagram page, off a TikTok page, off a Twitter page. Just pick one and only one. Don't try to do everything. I don't have an Instagram. I don't have a TikTok. You can't find me anywhere else. YouTube is my one. If you're afraid to be on camera, can you do this faceless? Yeah, you can. You can make faceless content. A lot of people do it. Will it be harder? Yeah, a little. It actually will be a little bit harder because people trust a face more than they do an account. But you can make an account trustworthy. So is it doable? Yeah, people do it all the time. There's tons of faceless channels selling products. There's tons of faceless Twitter accounts. A lot of people making money without showing their face. You just need a place to put your message. I'm not gonna go into massive detail on how to do this faceless. If you really wanna know, just use ElevenLabs as your voice. It's an AI program. I'll leave a link in the description if you've never heard of it. I'm sure most of you have. If you haven't, it's in the description. You can use that to make your voice and then just use stock images and start making content. Now, a quick disclaimer, I recommend you make this as easy as possible. Stop caring and just record yourself. I promise you it's not that big of a deal. Nobody will find you on YouTube. And if you're scared of them finding you on Instagram or TikTok, just block all their accounts that you know and get started. This will make it 10 times easier. You can do this faceless, don't get me wrong. You could definitely do this faceless, but it's gonna be so much easier. And what we're trying to do here is just make it as easy as possible for you. So if you could just record yourself, it'll just make it so much easier. Okay, so you decided to make content. You know you're gonna talk about it. You chose a platform. What are you gonna say? Now, I can give you all these strategies about hook, retention. Just talk about whatever would grab your attention. For example, if you figured out a way to wake up early after you've been struggling to wake up early for so many years, you can just make a video like, I used to wake up so late that I feel like I wasted half of my day just sleeping in. And even though I got 8+ hours of sleep, I felt like I didn't really get the rest that I needed because I was still tired throughout the day, on top of not being able to finish all the things that I wanted to do that day, all because I slept in. So this is the part where people say like, oh man, this sounds like me. Like, this is exactly what I'm going through. And then you just talk about your solution. You could say, but after sleeping in so many times, I finally fixed it. And in the next 5 minutes, I'm going to show you how I went from a night owl to a morning bird and how you can do the exact same thing, even if you've slept in for years. And that's it. Just talk about your personal experience, something that you've actually gone through, something that people can actually relate to. And that's just how you attract people. You are your own ideal client. You are pretty much trying to pitch yourself. You are pretty much trying to attract yourself. And now, yes, there's little tactics and things you can do, and I can go more in depth, but that's for another video. Okay, step number 3 is to create your product. This is where the money starts coming in. So for context, creating a digital product doesn't just mean a course. I know that when people say digital product, they're almost always thinking of information online. But there's so many people making money just selling like templates, prompts, spreadsheets, poster images. There's so many digital products that sell that are absolutely not a course. So you don't need to make a course and try to make yourself into an expert. You can make a tool that helps someone. For example, in the sleep example that we had, let's say you figured out a way to do a wind down routine that immediately put you to sleep. You can now make a product that says, hey, this template is the exact wind down routine that I do every single night to knock out, even if the sun's out. It's $27 and you can buy it in the link in the bio. And that's it. That's all you have to do. You made a video talking about how you solved a problem, you link to a product. That's literally it. The people that resonate will buy that product. And even if it's $27, let's just say you make one sale a day, that's a $800 a month business that you just created from those 2 simple steps. Now, $800 might not seem like a lot, but I mean, think about what $800 can actually do if you're currently making $0. $800 is a lot of money. And that's just if your product is doing decent on a $27 product. You are making a passive $800. Who's to say you can't make a more expensive product for $100 and sell the same people that bought 27, right? You can start expanding, and that's how people start making more and more money. But just that simple process is enough to make you your first sale. And just seeing that 27 come in while you're absolutely not behind a computer, not behind a desk, not working somewhere, just seeing that $27 come in and knowing it's 100% profit. You didn't sell some widget from China and know that like $15 went to ads and then $10 went to product costs, so you actually made 0. It's like you see that 25 and that 25 is like 98% yours. And once you make the piece of content, once you start making your videos and you make the product, the hard part is pretty much over, because those videos should be selling your product month after month. I mean, I haven't touched my other YouTube channel in almost 2 years, and it still makes sales today, because you're gonna have people randomly watching your old videos, seeing that you have a product and then buying it. That's what makes this business so passive. And in a nutshell, how you make money while you sleep. Now, obviously there's some tips and tricks that you can do to pull this off successfully, like how to create a product that people really want, or how to create content that actually attracts the right person, or how to craft your message to sort of promote that product. So again, if you want my personal help building this out, just reach out to me, link in the bio below. But to summarize all of this, guys, it's really not that hard. You can make your own pricing, you can sell it while you sleep, and you can keep 100% of the money. I really don't know what other business could possibly beat this. So anyone who's gotten to this part of the video so far, you're probably more serious than anybody else watching. So don't get stuck on the first step. Let me teach you how to actually turn the knowledge in your head into a $1,000 per month product. You guys can click this video above and I will show you how you can do that. Hit subscribe and I'll see you guys there.